Hey everyone, welcome back to That Some Idea. I'm Erica. If you are returning, hey. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button and come hang out. I am back in the same clothes for part 2 of my massive I did damage Dollar Tree haul. I went to 2 different stores. I spent well over $100. And in my first part 1, I showed you all of the foodie finds and all of the snack goodness that I had grabbed from Dollar Tree to put into my pantry, to put into my freezer, to make quick and easy meals, to have snacks, all of the good stuff. And in part 2, I'm going to go through all of the other finds, as well as I said I wasn't going to buy any more this year for my fairy garden, but I caved. I caved. I couldn't help myself. And in my defense, they're going outside. They're not going inside. They're going outside, but I caved. So I will show you what I caved on. But without further ado, grab yourself a drink and let's get into this haul. I'm still sipping on my coffee to make it through the day because I need it. But let's get into it. Okay, so all the bags are sort of randomly mixed and matched here, but I think what we are going to start with is the massive amount of sticker assortments because, again, I just can't help myself. I don't know. But I'll share what my thoughts are. Okay. The first one I grabbed is actually from Valentine's Day. It's part of the Valentine's Day collection. This did go up to $1.50. There are 18 pieces in here. These are shaker stickers. I was okay with that. These are super cute. Cute little Valentine's shaker stickers. That worked for me. So I just grabbed one. Just one. And then, did I have more? I thought I had more Valentines. This haul is so all over the place. Yes, I did. Here we go. I just was sort of running around and pulling things and putting them in my cart like a kid in a candy store. I did grab several things from the Valentine's Day collection just because I actually haven't used a lot of the Valentine's items for crafting, and I wanted to start putting them in some of my journals and planners just because they're just wonderfully well done and cute. But I did grab a pack of their 2 ounce of confetti, and I'm going to put this up to the screen. I don't know if you can see this, which is interesting, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. But if you take a look at those hearts, there's little puncture holes in the top of them. You can add that to string. You could make a really pretty little garland to put into a card. You could make your own Valentine's Day card and use these because they do have that little hole right there. I don't know if you can see that one on the silver, but you could put some fishing wire through there and make, or even really nice, pretty red string, and make a really cute banner to go into a card. So just got one of those. Again, the Valentine's Day stuff is $1.50. I thought about that similarly for these. These are different than these. This is 1 ounce. These are all pink, but they're all different shapes. And the larger hearts do have holes again in the center. So again, you could do a really pretty Valentine's Day card and make a really pretty garland inside of the card. And you can use, whatever shapes out of there you like. I thought that was just a wonderful idea. So I grabbed one of those. And then I grabbed just one of these as well. Now, the top one does not have a hole in it, but the bottom one has sort of a small laser cutout that I believe you could remove if you want. And these are what they look like. So the top ones are sort of pink and white, red, glittery. And then the bottom ones have the word love. And then along the side of one of those hearts, you'll see a line right there. That's a laser cutout, and I believe you can pop that out. So again, if you wanted to create a really cute little banner in a card, you could. So grab one of those. And then I grabbed the felt stickers, because these are just wonderful to use on anything. Different shapes and sizes of felt stickers. And then this is glitter heart scatter. So these are not stickers, but you can absolutely glue these down to anything. So one of those as well. Just because, to be quite honest with you, I don't really have a lot in my crafty goodness stash that has hearts. So I wanted to add that to my stash with some of those ideas. The other thing that I did grab that I thought would be really cute as a design, these are 6-piece different sizes of heart cutouts. And the cutouts, they seem to fold from the inside. And I thought these would be really cute in a journal or in a scrapbook to use as like 3D where it sort of pops open from the book. So I'm gonna give that a try and see if it works. If not, they're actually really cute just sitting the way they are. They're like a double layer heart. So there's multiple uses for that as well. So I grabbed just one of those. And then the other thing I grabbed from the Valentine's Day section were these two things. One, these are wooden hearts. They're calling them ornaments. You don't necessarily have to use them as ornaments, which I find interesting because there's no hole in them. So for me, I would use these in like scrapbooking or journaling. They're just wooden cutout hearts like this. And I like them because they're a little bit more dainty than a normal heart. They've got that sort of swooped line right there. So I grabbed one of those, and then I grabbed this. This is a plastic heart container box, and it says a year of date nights. Now, I think that's a super cute concept. You can certainly use the cards in here as, date night cards. But my thought process is if you look at this box, I can't get the plastic off right now, but I'm just gonna pull this up here. If you look at this box is absolutely perfect for perfume powder. Double use. So you can use the cards inside to use for date nights or to use to journal with or craft with, but you can also use this plastic container to put your perfume powder in. Wonderful, wonderful idea. Okay, and then we get into stickers. Yes, we do. We get into stickers because we just need to get into stickers. From the teaching tree, because the teaching tree is where it's at, I grabbed several items. I was able to get doubles of some of them. Some of them I just wanted one. But I did grab two of these. I thought these were really, really cute. These are called sensory stickers. So you can touch them and feel them. These are space sensory stickers. So cool. I just love that concept. You could put it on a notepad and just, fidget with it and feel it. Wonderful concept. Grabbed them in space. I grabbed them as well in sort of the Adventure Explorer. I love these. I'd love to put that in a scene in a journal. So cute. And again, I really love the concept of the sensory sticker. And then I grabbed them in the words and expressions. You can see all the different words and expressions, the pretty daisies. Wonderful. Grab two of those. Such a cool concept. I did grab just one of these. This is actually for my daughter because she loves to take her notebook and she thinks that, she's like, I want a junk journal. So I've been getting her stickers and she's been drawing and coloring and putting stickers in her notebook as her own junk journal. But I grabbed her this. This is a Girl Power sticker set. I loved the lipstick on that. I loved everything in here. The little roller skate, the sunglasses. Grab that for her. It's just one. And then I grabbed one of these because I thought it was so cute. This is a bee themed sticker kit. And it has lots of cute little bees on it. And then there's some floral back here. There's even alpha stickers. There's all kinds of stuff to use in here, which I thought was great. So one of those. And then this was so stinky cute, I had to get two of them. This is the kids' superhero collection. And it's all these cute, adorable little kids dressed up as superheroes with the stars and the alpha stickers. I just couldn't help myself. This was so darn cute. This would be so cute in a scrapbook for school year or Halloween or whatever. If you've got a little one that loves superheroes, so cute. So I did get doubles of those. I grabbed one of these in the sea life theme, just one. It's a little bit different. My son absolutely loves jellyfish, so I grabbed that, and I know he's probably gonna steal this, but I'm okay with that. And then a couple of other things. One other thing from the teaching tree that I grabbed, this is not stickers, this is actually counting chips, but I thought this would be really cool to add to journals because they're sort of transparent. They're these multicolored counting chips, and you can add that, you know, as layering effect or anything like that to a journal if you want. So one of those. And then I was able to find things from the Crafters Square section. I am not, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I'm not sure if new stickers are coming in the Crafters Square section. A lot of my Dollar Trees, they're sort of like clearing them out. And so my hope is that we're gonna get new ones. I hope they don't, you know, take them away altogether because there's wonderful sticker sets in here and I'll get into that. But comment below and let me know, are your Crafters Square sticker sections kind of looking like a little bear, or they look like they're actually being cleared out for something? I did grab two of these because they were so cute. These are little animal 3D pop-up stickers. The bees and the caterpillar, the little rainbow and caterpillar here. So cute. Absolutely loved those. So grab, and the snail with the glasses. It takes me out. I can't. Grab two of those. I found a double to this. I had hauled this a while back and there was only one, and I wish that they had had doubles, but I did find one more to add. It's these wonderful daisies that are like, they're kind of like bubble stickers, but they're also 3D or 2D, if you will. They're like popped out there, and the top is more like a bubble, and then there's another paper layer down below. But these are so great. So I did snag one more of those just to put into my stash. And with this one, this is a similar style of that bubbles, that bubble type sticker that's more raised in 2D. They only had one of these. Man, I always get a little disappointed, but then it's like the thrill of the hunt. But this was all kinds of tulips and single tulips, baskets of tulips, tulips in vases. This was so cute. Look at all those tulip types. And you can see it sort of pops up there. It's got two layers, if you can see that. Oh, I would have gotten doubles of this if I could have found one. I looked high and low. But grab that one. And then I grabbed two of these because I love to use these in theme journaling. These are gardening stickers. And I loved that little wall gate there and the bicycle. Those are so cute to do work with. So grab those. And then, let's see, where's the last of my stickers? Yes. I grabbed just 3 of these because I hadn't seen these. I've hauled several of these in the past. These are actually wall decals, but I don't use them as wall decals. I use them as stickers. And I grabbed the butterflies. Just so wonderful. Loved those. I grabbed these silver flowers, and this is a very large flower, but you could cut it down. It's meant to be like a border work flower. I just love the delicacy of that silver foiling. Loved that. And then I grabbed these sort of gold clusters, if you will. I thought those were really cute too. So just 3 of these. I love this. And I love on the back, it sort of gives you an idea of how to use them if you do want to use them as like wall decals. You know, you can, you know, frame a photo, or you could frame a bookshelf. I love how they give you ideas for that as well, if it's something that you're interested in. The other thing that you could do with this you know, because waste not, want not, is if you remove the decals and you use the decals on the front, you still have the back of this paper that the decal sat on. You could absolutely cut these apart and color them and put them in your scrapbooks, in your journals, in your planners. How cool would that be? You know, if you're planning to reorganize a room and you just want, you know, inspiration, how cool would that be? So there's multi-purposes for not only the stickers, the decal stickers, but the back as well. Something to think about. That's an idea. Okay, that's all the stickers. I did grab a couple of beauty finds. And when I say a couple, I mean several, because that's what we do around here. Just make sure I've grabbed everything. Ah, that's for the home. Wonderful. Okay. Sort of get myself situated here. Okay. I did grab several beauty finds. I love these. These are made in Korea. These are Spa Essentials, and they are the Soothing Foot Mask with shea butter and lavender. I love to have foot masks. Treat yourself. Give yourself a spa day. You heard it from me, because I do. But I got the one with shea butter and lavender, and then I got the exfoliating foot mask with granular, say that 3 times fast, granular walnut shell and eucalyptus. I'm so excited for these. I just got one each just to try. Grab those. And then, because again, spa day and treat yourself, said it before on hauls, I have a big 2-person jet tub up in my master bathroom. I love to soak. These are by Onyx Bath House. You get 2 per pack, and these are bubble bath powder. So there's 2 packs in each. I grabbed the Cherry Blossom bubble bath powder called Living My Best Life. Yes, absolutely. I grabbed the Wild Black Cherry in Pucker Up Buttercup bath powder. Love that. And then I grabbed the Honey and Pear Don't Worry, Be Happy in the bubble bath powder. I love these. And if you are someone, you know, you make a gift basket for someone, there's 2 in here. Keep one for yourself, give another to a friend. Absolutely. So grab just those 3. I didn't see any other flavors, or scents, I should say. I grabbed this. This is huge. This was $1.25. This is huge. This is by Amope, and it is a Pedi Perfect Rejuvenating Soak Foot Bath Bombs. These are phenomenal just to give yourself a little foot bath. And I believe you can even buy some of the plastic smaller tubs at Dollar Tree and use them as foot bath tubs to put these in. Look how big this is. There are 28 foot bath bombs in this massive container. $1.25. Yes, into the cart it went. Into the cart it went. Yep. I did end up grabbing the new flavors of the Be Pure hand sanitizer. I grabbed it in the Jasmine Dragon Fruit Scented, which smells really nice. Smells really nice. Smells like a perfume. And then I also grabbed it in the Brazilian Caramel Scented, and I believe this is the Sol de Janeiro dupe. Yep. So just grab one each. Love those. And then, just to try, I grabbed the Be Pure Metallic Nail Pen. I wanted to see how this works. It's like a drawing pen that you would put on your nails. And I also grabbed just one of these because I love the decoration on it. These are nail wraps. So you clean your nail, and then these are sort of like press-on stickers. But you want to make sure when you put something like this on that your nail bed and your whole nail is completely free of its natural oils, especially when you clean it and you get rid of the cuticle around. You want to make sure that you are sort of drying it out with acetone or alcohol to get that top part really dry, because it's a better adherence for these. And I loved the decorations on these. I thought these were so pretty for spring. So grab one of those, or even St. Patty's Day because it's green. Grab that. And the last two beauty finds I found were these. I grabbed another one of these by Le Mercier, and this is the Hydrating Lip Stain, and it is buildable color. And I don't know if I don't believe, it's called Fuchsia Sensation. It's like looking for the name. I love a pretty fuchsia wine color. I love that. So grab that. And then I actually really enjoy the Be Pure Glow Up Toner with the watermelon like toning acid. It's in a pink bottle, but this time they had the Glow Up Moisturizing Toner with cloudberry extract and vitamin C. So I grabbed one of these just to give it a try, because like I said, I love the original one of these in pink. It works really well on my skin to tone my skin before I put on my serums. So I wanted to see if this one worked just as well. So one of those. Okay. And then, it'll be a long one. And then I grabbed some of the laundry supplies. I absolutely, this did go up to $1.50. I'm okay with that. I love using this. This absolutely cleans my front load washer because I have semi-hard water where I live. I typically tend to wash the inside of my front load drum of my washer at least every 2 weeks, just to keep it clean, deodorized, and sanitized. And these work really, really well. These are the washing machine cleaners. And what I do is my front load washer actually has a self-cleaning setting on the dial that you just take one of these packets, you put the packet actually in the drum. You don't put it in where you would put the detergent soap. You put it in the drum and you turn on the setting for self-clean and it cleans. And it works really well to get a lot of the hard water sediment out of my washing machine. So I highly recommend if you clean your washing machine. I have a haul coming up that I grabbed these for it. I have a thrift haul coming up. I grabbed and I needed them. I needed these for that haul. I grabbed the Carvana Oxy-powered laundry soaker with active foam technology that has three packets in it. I wanted to give this a try to see if it'll work for what I need. And then I also grabbed the Home Bright Stain Remover Scrubber, set-in stain scrubber. And the scrubber is up the top. So I grabbed this as well to try to see if it'll work for what I need. But I have a thrift haul coming up. I needed these for that thrift haul. And then I have raved about this before. I love using this, especially with my son's laundry because he's a boy and he gets stains all over his jeans and his pants because he runs around in the dirt, or he, is on the floor because he's playing with all of his toys and he gets, dirt marks and scuff marks. This is the Borax Powder Laundry Booster and Multi-Purpose Cleaner. This is great as an extra throw-in with your regular detergent just to help lift stains. And it does work really well with socks too. So something to think about. This did go up to $1.50. Okay. And then there's a couple of home items that I grabbed. I grabbed 3 of these because I thought these were just absolutely so well done. These are by Gibson. That's great, great kitchen brand. And they are these bamboo kitchen utensils. And I love using these. So I just got 3 of them. These are wonderful to use. They're also wonderful decor if you want to, put them in a utensil canister on top of your countertops. So 3 of those. And then I grabbed 2 of these because I love candles and some of my candlesticks don't fit into the candle holders. I thought this would be a really nice option to have so that you're not necessarily having to burn the bottom of the candle to get, you know, wax dripped into the candle holder. You could use this. This is by Luminescence and it's candle stabilizing adhesive. And you're supposed to take a pea-sized portion and put it on the candle base and press and twist into a holder. And this does wash off of the candle base with hot soapy water. So that is a plus. Wonderful. So grab 2 of those. And then I grabbed one of these to put into my craft room because it was just so darn cute. This came from the novelty section. This is a mini fridge pen holder. And it looks like a little fridge. So cute. There's a hole in the top for pens. And then if you look really closely at the picture, you'll see there's a sort of shelf in the door to hold small items. And there's a drawer, sort of like where the freezer would be to hold other small items. So I thought that was so cute to put on my desk in my craft room. I couldn't help myself. I grabbed 1 book, just one. I was too intrigued. It's called, and this was $1.50. It's called God of Neverland, a Defenders of Lore novel. It's by Gamma Ray Martinez. And it looks like this. How cool is that? How cool is that? And it says that this is the magical reimagining of J.M. Barrie's classic tale, Peter Pan. And it says, Peter Pan is missing and Neverland is in trouble. For adults, that might not matter at all that much, but for children whose dreams and imagination draw strength from Neverland's power, the magic we take for granted and the real world is in danger of being lost forever. So cool. I thought that was so cool. So grab that. And then the last things in this massive thrift haul, I said I wasn't going to buy any more, but I did. I couldn't help myself. I'm going to share with you what I bought. They are going to go outside because they're so darn cute. The first one was the love frogs sitting under the sunflower. You can't. I can't. You can't. We can't. How cute is that? That's going to go outside. This was $3. So I grabbed that one. And the last one I grabbed was this one. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. $3 for this. Again, this will go outside. So cute. So cute. And that is everything from this massive 2-part Dollar Tree haul. Let me know what you are on the hunt for. Let me know what your favorite item was. And I will see you all on the next go around.